My name is Liz Weiss. I live at 2 Lexington Ave, right near Wilson Farms. And one of my favorite things in my whole life is just to look at farms. I don't know, it's something about farms that really wows me. I'm a foodie. I'm actually a registered dietitian as well. I have lived in Lexington for 18 years, and I have 2 boys. One is a sophomore at LHS, and the other just started 6th grade at Clark. So we've talked a lot about the opportunity to maintain Busa as a farm, and I've asked my boys a few times, what would you like to see happen to this land? And they're both soccer players. They've been playing since they were in preschool. And both of them have said, we want to see it maintained as a farm. So I was talking to them just tonight, at dinner about it, and I said, again, you want to keep it as a farm? Absolutely, we'd love to keep it as a farm. Community service is great. And then we kind of reflected back on when my sophomore had his bar mitzvah, and for his mitzvah project, it's like his good deed project, he went over to Waltham Community Farms and he did community service over there, not here, but over there. He donated some of his bar mitzvah money and bought some supplies for the farm, and I would love to see my 11-year-old, when it's time for his bar mitzvah, do his mitzvah project here in Lexington. Now, I'm a registered dietitian. I might be the only one up here tonight who is a registered dietitian, and I am totally wowed by vegetables. As much as I'm wowed by farms, I love fresh vegetables, and I wish more people would eat fresh vegetables, because our kids, our adults, our nation, we don't eat enough vegetables. We don't get enough nutrition into our diets. We have a nation of obese adults and obese children. 85% of our obese kids and overweight kids will grow up to be overweight adults. It's a crisis. What can we do as a community to raise healthy citizens? It takes a village. You've heard that term, and I've always said it takes a village to raise a healthy child. What can we do in our little town of Lexington to raise a healthy community? And I see Busa Farm as feeding into this in a big way, from an educational perspective, from a food perspective. And one thing we haven't touched on tonight, and that is Chartwell's, our food service that provides lunch to our 5,000 school children in Lexington. I, 6 years ago, made a big stink about the fact that they were selling Skittles to our kids, and chicken nuggets and chocolate milk was kind of the go-to lunch for our children. Today, they've made big improvements because our community has rallied around that cause. And there is a program sponsored by the USDA called Farm to School. And the Farm to School program, I could see Chartwell's getting involved in Busa Farm, in our community farm, to take those vegetables and then serve them to our school children. So as a dietitian, as a mom of 2 kids who love soccer, I want to see nothing more than Busa turned into a community farm for everybody in this community, from the oldest senior citizen down to the littlest toddler who's just started Solid Foods. We can all benefit. Thank you so much for hearing all of us tonight.